The 2016 Olympics in Rio de Janeiro feature 16 brand new sports venues to accommodate over 300 events. To build these arenas, construction teams push themselves to their physical and mental limits as they race to finish before the opening ceremonies. We wanted to know what it takes to make it on a stadium construction crew for the Rio Games. So we brought in veteran Brazilian construction worker Rodrigo Silva. Rodrigo will work in the Sportology Lab's specially designed miniature construction site, where he will have just 8 weeks to build a 14-foot-tall steel-reinforced spectator stand. To accurately replicate real-world conditions, he will work 12-hour shifts with no breaks, sleeping each night in a cramped and poorly ventilated dormitory room. We also cranked the temperature in the lab up to 105 degrees Fahrenheit to simulate Rio's hot summer months. Are you ready? Okay, go! Rodrigo started strongly, laying the concrete foundation in under 10 hours, while also swatting away the hundreds of mosquitoes that we released inside the test area. The average person would succumb to muscle fatigue after carrying dozens of 90-pound cement bags. But since Rodrigo relies on his wages to provide rent and food for his family in Sao Paulo, he maintained a steady pace of 10 cement bags per hour. But by the time Rodrigo completed the steel support structure, the construction's grueling physical...
I always like to watch the chat more than the video, because there's always like a handful of people who don't know, right? Those are the funniest.
demands began taking their toll, shoveling a total of 34,000 pounds of gravel over 2 weeks caused numerous muscle tears in Rodrigo's arms, reducing his upper body strength by 40%. And while working through a continuous 6-day period of simulated rainfall, a strain in his shoulders limited him to 1/3 of his normal range of motion. Rodrigo then suffered a herniated disc from overexerting his back. This made it difficult to push his wheelbarrow even when it was only half full of basalt rock. With the finish in sight, Rodrigo collapsed from exhaustion on the 48th day of construction. However, because he feared he would lose his job and be replaced with a migrant worker, Rodrigo refused to give up. Relying on pure adrenaline, he resumed working just 6 minutes after regaining consciousness. At this point, his years of experience building stadiums for the 2012 World Cup were crucial as he pushed through his pain and on-site injuries. Olympic stadium construction is as much about mental strength as it is physical. Rodrigo managed to complete his work in 1,334 hours, just barely under his 8-week target. While our measurements show he lost 19 pounds and now suffers from cardiac arrhythmia, he earned over $1,700 for his work. But we have yet to pay Rodrigo any of his wages, which is why he's been protesting outside of our offices every day. For the Onion Sportology, I'm Adam Fletcher.